The agriculture sector contributes on average 50% of carbon emissions across Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. And the main aim of the productive use of solar energy pilot program was to support reduce this carbon emission, but also mitigate the challenges that hinder the scale-up of solar in agriculture. We did this by providing better financing and empowering youth and women, agri-solar entrepreneurs that are serving last-mile communities. The pilot program has been working in partnership with 30 entrepreneurs to pilot over 15 distinct productive use of solar energy technologies in East Africa. And these range from mostly solar dryers, solar cooling, mostly cold rooms and ice making machines, solar water pumping and drip irrigation technologies.
Agriculture is the most economically relevant sector. Relevant in the sense that it has the highest contribution to the GDP, contributing anywhere between 25 to 40% of the GDP of East Africa, depending on which country you look at. And then secondly, if you look at, first of all, emissions of greenhouse gases globally, you find that agriculture is the third most relevant sector after energy and transport.
We've been supporting this work, particularly in East Africa, coming to nearly 10 years. And the main reason why we are very interested in supporting this work is to really create a model that can be scaled for all developing countries, not just in Africa, but across the world, to ensure that local people, especially farmers, are prepared in responding to this climate change emergency. What we are doing is that we are creating a model in which we not only prepare, but also leverage the opportunities that climate change brings.
Just going back to the program design, one of the key offerings that the program was offering is about, support in terms of mentorship. And, we had to hire companies or individuals to be able to offer mentorship support for these companies, both from a technical perspective, but also from a commercial perspective. And also the other key offering that we offer in this program is supporting these companies through a proof of concept financing, whereby we will support them to be able to buy machinery that can be able to help them in furthering and scaling up their production capacities.
Working with farmers, farmers actually put a lot of effort in production of food. And it really pains them to actually see losing most of their produce after harvesting of the products. Bafek Energy Limited is a Kenyan social enterprise that deals with the manufacturing of a hybrid, what we call the hybrid solar dryers. With the technologies that we have been able to develop, we have actually helped reduce a lot of post-harvest losses for farmers, help them increase their domestic income, because with the extra food that was actually going to waste, then that is now food that has been salvaged and can fetch them more income. I started off with the KCIC sometimes back in terms of actually the ones who put for our IP, for us to get the IP. And through that, we have had a lot of capacity building support to actually enhance our growth up to where we are. And the experience has actually been good working with the KCIC.
Mushroom growing is an enterprise which we started as a domestic home venture. Umami is a farming enterprise, actually one of the brands of Nature's Essence Limited, which is an agribusiness involved in organic farming with a special emphasis on umami, mushroom foods. When I saw KCIC opportunity, actually I was at that point of, well, how do we stop this middleman who buys from us, who dumps our mushrooms? So you find that every farmer, every morning at 6, they're running to go to Nakasero. And then you can go to Nakasero and you find about 100 or so kilograms of mushroom. They are there in baskets being dumped here and there. farmers are being bought at a very cheap price. I was looking for a solution on how to dry. Then that's when I saw the opportunity for KCIC, productive use of solar energy. Definitely I had a solar watering, but I didn't have the solar drying. So the intervention of KCIC helped us to set up a production unit. So that has helped us to reduce on the infection rate of the spawn and the cultures. I have increased on my value proposition. I no longer only sell mushrooms, but I also sell these mushroom gardens. Because now I have a production team. In a way, I've created jobs. Those boys were not there. But now I have a production unit with a farm manager on site. So we have water there. So we can be relied on even to supply and bring other women entrepreneurs on board.
ENSO is an engineering, procurement and construction company in the renewable energy space. We provide solar energy solutions for third parties, in particular institutions. We focus on the education sector, water sector, agricultural sector, as well as businesses. Primarily with the concept that we are working together with KCIC to develop solar-powered cold storages for dairy farmers, smallholder dairy farmers. So currently, our main focus is actually B2B. So we work with mostly government institutions. We do a lot of government projects, so water pumping projects. In the health sector, like electrification of health facilities, that is our major key area. The journey has been quite exciting since we got that contract with KCIC. First of all, I think it was an opportunity for us to meet with other peers in the sector. I can also cite some of the areas which we've been able to build our capacity from the services that KCIC is providing. Financing capacity, capacity building in carbon markets. So as we speak now, actually we've gone from the concept to now the reality, the implementation. And all this is because of the support that we got from KCIC.
Texas Limited is a company which was incorporated in 2016, and our main focus is provision of high technology equipment in the agricultural sector, renewable energy sector, and the water sector. On the renewable energy sector, we've been able to develop cold rooms used to use solar. We have also solar milk coolers, and also we have an hybrid system of drying products like vegetables or root crops. And this system runs on purely renewable energy. When we got into a working partnership with KCIC, we had one of our stores which was lying idle, and we needed to convert that into a demo center. What you see in my background is part of the renovated facility. It looks the state of the art in terms of renovation, and you can see the transformation is tremendous.
Ntache Holdings Limited is a company which has several projects. We have a farm and then other projects on PUSE. PUSE is productive use of renewable energy, whereby we concentrate on mainly solar-powered equipment. in partnership with KCIC, we came up with a product, a solar-powered knapsack sprayer. You can use it for spraying animals, goats, cows. It's just a matter of changing the nozzles to fit the work you're doing. With the help of KCIC, we managed to secure a container and 75 sprayers for start as a pilot study. So these 75 sprayers came with spare parts. So we have farmer groups that we are going to work with. We are going to give them, depending on the number, we can give them 2 to 3 per group. Then they share. We are going to collect data because our major aim is to always improve these products and come up with something convenient for the farmers.
We are solution providers in the aquaculture industry. So we offer technologies and consultant services to fish farmers and investors in Tanzania. And one of the good technology that we offer is solar-powered aquaculture technologies. So to cut down the power supply into operations. On behalf of my team and myself, we are very grateful to KCIC. Normally don't get chances to get technical assistance and training for free, like then covered by the KCIC. So basically, I've learned the 3 important stuff. The first one is business management. My colleague and I were skipping a lot of stuff, and some that are really important for our growth. And the other thing is the investment opportunities, and of course directly provided by KCIC and their network to explore. And we have learned plenty of stuff.
When we set out to go and design and innovate in line with energy, our idea was not stability, because everyone is talking about energy stability. Our idea was freedom. That if you have your home, you've built your beautiful home, why should you be limited by what gadgets you're going to put into the home? Yet we are in a tropical where the sun is so hot and so present. There's too much energy in the environment. Sandbox Solar Uganda Limited is a solar company, and we focus on creating innovations that enable the sun to give us energy and to power. This system powers everything in the home. It's AI powered. We have a system that we use on it. I believe as innovators, the more we share knowledge, the more we innovate better. For me as an innovator, I think networking has been one of the greatest things that KCIC has helped me get into. Network with the regional players, to know what is happening in Kenya, interact with the people that are doing it. One of the challenges in Africa is that we might have the minds to innovate, but we don't have the cash to actualize what we are innovating. I also thank KCIC for the financial support that they have actually given to Sandbox, especially in the area of developing, because they got us at the prototype stage of the pumps that are powered by batteries. And when they invested into us, we were able to go to the manufacturer in China and develop it from ground zero to where it is now. Right now, the stage we are at, especially with the pumps, the design is done, the manufacturing is done, the shipping is now what is going to happen to come here. If it wasn't for KCIC, we wouldn't have gotten into it.
Over the years, when we're interacting with our clients, who most of them are dairy farmers, dairy cooperatives, and processors, we realize that our farmers are mostly in the dry, the out-of-grid areas. Some of the main challenges were the cost of electricity, if it was there, or lack of electricity at all. And another problem was the volumes that they are getting. most farmers in Kenya are smallholder farmers. So then how do you do value addition for your 50 liters or 100 liters of milk? Tequin is a Kenyan company based in industry area, Nairobi. We are a manufacturer, a local manufacturer of dairy equipment. So some of the equipment that we make are from transportation tanks to cooling units to value addition, that is both heating and cooling, and also processing of butter, cheese, or any other dairy value add product. We try to ensure that all the communities where we install our equipment, we train local experts, because now if you're installing dairy equipment in Marsabit, you need someone, an electrician, someone to manage your installation and maintenance. Also, as we have included solar and biogas in our equipment, this helps a lot when it comes to mitigating carbon emission. Our being part of this KCIC program has really impacted growth at Tequin Limited. When we started, we were doing just a few units a month. But right now, the quantities that we are moving has changed. The quality of our products has also improved thanks to the equipment that they supported us with. So right now, I believe we are better placed as compared to where we were before we started this program with KCIC. We have not only improved in terms of volumes of sale, but even the brand trust that has increased because of this partnership is overwhelming. I believe we are a happy partner to KCIC.
The pilot program has been able to balance the economic stability and environmental and social impact by creating over 400 direct jobs and over 1,200 indirect jobs. We've also managed to reach over 20,000 customers in last mile community through capacity building and demos. In terms of carbon emission, we've been able to reduce over 300,000 tons of carbon dioxide from the various technologies that we've piloted and the various projects that we've been able to do.
These companies, they undertake much more time than we anticipated for them to become investor ready and ensure that the conditions that we put in place for them to be able to access financing, and to be fulfilled. So there was an issue of time lag in terms of, them receiving money, and that's because we want them to ensure that every company that has been selected has really fulfilled all the conditions that we put in place to be able to ensure that these companies, post 2 years of support from the PUSE program, they have been able to really sustainably scale their enterprises. The second thing is about the issue of regulation. And when you look at the innovative things that came out of these companies, I mean, a number of them have faced a lot of problems, from government side, in terms of government accepting some of these, innovations in the solar, in the productive use of solar space. So it's an emerging ecosystem, it's an emerging theme where people are really, using solar to be able to really further, empower agriculture, empower energy, empower all sectors of the economy. And what has come out of that is that, of course, the need for us people to work with other ecosystem players, partnerships, the government, the county governments, and the regional governments, in Tanzania and Uganda has come out very clearly.
This program has given us the data that we need, and what we have done is used that information to design a new program that we call DREAM, the Distributed Renewable Energy Ecosystems Model. So that is, we are going to continue that work that way now on a full programmatic basis rather than a pilot basis, again, across the East African countries. And then secondly, it has showed us what an ecosystem approach can do.
Most importantly is also the coordination. We acknowledge that given the nature of the challenge, it requires multiple types of stakeholders: government, private sector, religious organizations, cultural institutions, media agencies like yourselves, to collaborate and partner to make sure that the local farmers who are at the front lines of these challenges have the resources, the information that they need to actually respond to these issues.
I would like to give a heartfelt thank you to the KCIC team for making this pilot program a success, but also to our regional partners, IMED Foundation led by Sabiri Khalid and Klima Advisory Limited led by Claire Kaga for supporting us implement the program in Tanzania and Uganda. Also a big thank you to the Charles Stewart Moore Foundation for their generous funding and keeping the dream alive. Looking ahead, we are very excited to partner with WWF and HEIFA Uganda to achieving the implementation of the Dream Hubs in Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda, and also the coordination of all the Dream partners in the region to make sure we accelerate the adoption of solar in agriculture.